throw it open for questions.
Well, we'll take the win. We're not going to apologize for the win. 1-0. We weren't able to get to the finish line for the first game ever in the Stroh Center. We certainly wanted to find a way to get to the finish line in the first MAC game in Stroh history. And so I'm pleased that we're 1-0. Certainly, we were not a crisp team today. You got to credit Kent for some of that, but I'm not sure we had the focus and the passion that you need in MAC basketball. I think there was a lot of viewing our standings board in the locker room before the game and maybe underestimating what kind of intensity we're going to see in the MAC play. Chrissy and Lex Rogers certainly carried us. They both played fantastic. Unfortunately, the other three starters combined for 22% from the field, and our bench was outplayed as a whole by their bench, and that we thought that was the one big advantage. You're going to see in media guides for years career highs for some of those Kent bench players on how they were able to make things happen for themselves tonight. There was kids that had not scored on the year. There's kids that had not made threes off the bench that scored their career highs, and it's going to show up for a long time. So disappointed with our play, but certainly not going to apologize for the win.
Questions?
Talk about how important it is for you guys to jump out to 1-0 in the MAC. I know it wasn't pretty and you weren't happy at halftime apparently, but talk about how important it is just to be 1-0 in the MAC.
Well, the luxury of this year's schedule and compared to last year's schedule is we start at home. But that also brings pressure with 3 straight home games to start conference play, because obviously you turn around and you have to go on the road a great deal the rest of the year, and certainly the second time through the East, you're going to be on the road more than you are at home. So there's some pressure with this start. We've been good at home in Anderson. We're off to a good start in Stroh and making this place a tough place to play. But there's some pressure with home games right off the bat, and we turn around with 2 very, very good teams, and right off the bat, Akron, who, despite losing arguably the best post player in the league to an injury, is in overtime right now as we speak against Miami, and is just really, really talented. So we have some pressure with these home games to perform.
What was said at halftime? The girls said that there was that you were not pleased. What was said at halftime?
You know, we just I don't think they understand the intensity that that MAC basketball brings compared to non-conference, and I'm not sure our upperclassmen led by example. We certainly showed that to our freshmen, and I told them they got what they deserved. We didn't have 2 good days of preparation for this game. I thought we were less than crisp and clean with our execution the last 2 days in practice, and we played like that at times, despite the lead, despite the win. We did not play at the caliber we're capable or need to play at the upper level of this conference. So, just talked about our execution, and they didn't come at us with anything that we weren't expected. And a team that's struggling to score is a team that we really thought we could hold in the low 50s, and if we were really dialed in tonight, we might keep them in the 40s.
Did that surprise you, the lack of, I mean, you said you saw it at practice, the preparation, but the lack of focus, did that surprise you?
I thought I gave them the benefit of the doubt that we were going to show up and play well despite not having 2 days of practice, but it's in the back of your mind going, I don't know why we weren't more intense. I don't know why we weren't more focused the last 2 days. So I am surprised, especially with our upperclassmen that know, the bullseye that's on the back of this program. And a team like Kent, who is so young and graduated so many people and have so many new parts, how much one win could change their season. And that to not understand that, to be ready for that, was the disappointing part. I think we'll have their attention tomorrow.
Have to be pleased with work on the boards, especially the offense.
Absolutely. I thought it was a team that has good size, actually have longer wings than they do in the post. They're 6-foot wings, but then they're 5'10", 5'11" in the post. It's a team that's been out-rebounded. I thought we could out-rebound them. I was hoping to make more shots so we wouldn't have to get so many offensive rebounds, but I thought we really worked hard to try to get second opportunities. I just think we can be more efficient at the offensive end, but the one glaring stat certainly is the rebounding category.
Curt, it looked like the offensive rebounding was what kept your offense alive in the second half, actually, wasn't it?
Absolutely. We had very few possessions where you felt like you executed the offensive set to a first shot make. When we executed a set, it seemed like we missed a shot. When we didn't execute the set, it was helter-skelter type of shot, and offensive rebounding bailed us out. With the exception of Chrissy on back-to-back out-of-bounds plays and a few other plays, it didn't feel like we were ever really executing to a first shot make.
And when you talk a little bit about the defense in the second half there was a bit of good fortune for you folks that they didn't get more shots because they were so efficient offensively.
They were, and again, I think that's probably the best half that they've played all year. I've watched almost every second of their games all year long, their first 10 games, and their second half was as efficient as any half. And the hard part for us to swallow was it was everything we prepared for. Player tendencies, which way they want to dribble, which way they want to cut. It was plays that we were prepared to guard, and so it was out of bounds plays. So it's disappointing because they didn't throw anything new at us or anything that we shouldn't have been ready for. And that scares me for down the line, because there's going to be teams that have more experience, teams that have better overall talent. And so that is a disappointing second half.
Anything else, Coach? Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.